Hello, hello.
Hello. I'm gonna give people some time to filter in. Can you see my channel or my stream okay?
Yep, it's loading fine.
Sweet. Oh, bad angle. I'm just gonna do some reps for 10 minutes to warm up and then we'll start with select buffering. Which means you're already ahead. Oops. Drop the select button. That one would have been fine, I think.
Yeah, I'm bad enough at getting Moldorm in the right place that I almost wonder if going for frame rules every time would be more consistent.
Are you the one who had the, like, frame rule fight?
Yes.
Okay. I actually included the frame rules in the tutorial because it happened to me, and I realized that it's actually, like, really useful. Hey, Sky. Sky can hover, what are you doing here? If you can hover, you don't need to learn this.
So one thing you might go over that I see people doing wrong or not doing is they don't seem to know how low they can go to stay out of Moldorm's hitbox.
Oh, like on the edge. Yeah, you can like walk on these spikes. Very generous. As long as you don't enter the teeter animation, you're good. Like this is a point where I could just try and frame rule him but it would be safer to go down a little bit. Oh, this is... I'm not on the cycle. Let's test that limit here. How far down I can be? I don't know if that would have worked. I think I was actually on the edge.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
to
I was
show it,
curious if when he's about to fall off, will he still do the spin if you release?
well, I mean, it works like the
I mean, he
spin setup
won't.
for bomb jumps, right?
Yeah.
So you don't spin when you're in the pit state.
That's the problem. So you won't get that first frame. If you're holding away from the pit, you won't fall, but your bomb will have already gone off.
Yeah, and you can use the spin setup to show yourself exactly where the line is.
That's true. Then we'll take a note of the coordinates. Yeah, this is a good time to let me know if there's anything specific I should teach. 'Cause I haven't really, like, made... I didn't make an outline like I did for the H&G tutorial.
Just knowing the borders is the thing. And then the way this works, I wish there were a way... Like, have you ever experimented with setting a bomb and throwing it? But my instinct is that takes too long to be feasible.
I'm having trouble picturing the benefit of that.
When I walk down... So when Moldorm charges, you walk down, you set the bomb. And in my experience, that's you're usually cutting it real close where Moldorm's going to have enough time to get on top of you. So I'm wondering if
I
there's
see
a
what
way
you're
to
saying.
set the bomb earlier and throw it into position. But again, my instinct is there's not enough time to do all of that and have your spin go off.
Yeah, when I get it to work, it's usually when Moldorm takes a while to charge down.
He
And
needs to...
if I throw the bomb, he's probably just not going to.
Yeah, he needs to meander a little bit, but he can't get stuck on the edges. He does need to eventually reach you. Like, if he's up in that corner, the top corner, and he's just bouncing back and forth, you're not going to get him at all. But if he charges you immediately, you can probably let him hit the bottom and then see what RNG you get. This is actually a little Monka-esque because he's going to hit the bottom right as my bomb goes off. I'm going to try and frame rule him, but I'm not under him enough to get the trajectory I need. But that's a situation where I probably should have been more aggressive trying to frame rule him because it wasn't going to work otherwise. Because if you're frame ruling him and he's at the bottom, you can be at the bottom too and get what you need. This is probably good. When you get good at it, you can really advance those bomb cycles and save time. But I'm going to be doing a lot more buffers than I normally do just to show. This is perfect.
One thing I might advocate for is after you set the bomb, going kind of low, lower than you might think is necessary, so that when you're select buffering and you need to adjust, you're moving up. So not down and pressing down during select buffers.
I see what you're saying. Because it is a little risky. Awesome.
I'm also doing these in parallel with you, and I just got in a situation where it would have worked if I started moving up because Moldorm was too far away and the bomb was exploding too soon.
Yeah, sometimes you have to be like way up here, and I wish I had data for like how high you can be, but I think it's like lines up with the top of that lowest pit, like the middle pit here. I usually try to aim for like this Y coordinate or lower. But I think you can be a little higher than that. By the way, you can stream too. Let me know if you can't. And I'm pretty sure I said it so you can stream. That way if people are in here and they're learning alongside, I can give them real-time advice.
Oh, that's a bit far.
Oh, I can't see you. That's unfortunate. I'm getting infinite loading on yours.
Let me try a refresh then.
I don't know if it's your end or mine. There are some people who I'm never able to watch. Okay, this is better. I can see you now.
Yeah, it's a common thing on the web version that you gotta refresh for it to work.
Oh, it's people in the web version. That might be why it's only certain people. That's good. Nice.
Yeah.
So I like to put my bomb in the middle here because this gives me more options to be like if Moldorm is on this side here and my bomb is here, I'm not going to be able to bounce. So you'll notice that I center myself before placing the bomb because I think it gives me more opportunities. So like right there,
Okay.
I aim for that.
Oh dear.
There's nobody in the voice channel yet who doesn't know how to select buffer, but I do want to teach it because I'm making a VOD.
Apparently my version of the crack hack does not like save states.
I use, emulators, so I've never used their version of the save states.
Well, it's on the controller, so it's nice.
I have tried their version of the save states, and it feels really buggy on emulator. I did it again.
Yeah. I have to make a save state with bomb out.
The thing about moving down is I'm terrified of saving an extra.
I wouldn't actually move down. I'd be moving left here. Because you're going to get hit. There's no reason to be inside of him there because he's going to bounce back up anyway before your bomb goes off.
So I can move back.
So you'll basically frame juke him in bullet time, and then you'll move back under him once he's bounced up and you've seen which direction he goes when he bounces. For those who can't see, Moldorm was next to like here. He was on the pit. And Simple Clips was here. So what I was suggesting was that Simple Clips moves a little bit here, and then lets Moldorm bounce up, or go up, and then move back in once he's up. There's a good chance that when he moves up, he'll curve around to the top of you anyway, and you won't have to do anything. Alright, so
I should have held right.
Yeah, so now that we're at the 10-minute mark, I'm going to do a pretty quick tutorial, because I might be doing another one. If somebody joins who has never done this before, I'll go into more depth, but there is a guide that you can read to get the information you need. And I'll start with select buffering. And this is why I have a hand cam. So the idea behind select buffering is you've paused your game and you're canceling the pause with one of your face buttons. And then you're hitting this button, the select button, 1 frame after. And you can be holding like D-pad directions while you do it. Just be aware that down will make you save and quit when you hit select again, or when you hit A. I do index finger on select and ring finger on A. Some people will do B and select, and the difference is if your sword is out and you do B and select, your sword will stay out. So this is really good for Moldorm bounce because you don't have to be like holding B and doing this. I do it because I like the pivot I get, but you're probably gonna have an easier time just... Oops. Yeah. You'll probably just have an easier time hitting B. You just have to remember that when you want to release your spin, you need to hit something that's not B to actually let go of the sword. When I do it, I put my bomb down and then I immediately hit B and select, and I start buffering, and I start reading Moldorm. And then I do my buffer with B held, and then my last frame I let go of B and release the sword. You can, if you do need to go down, the select menu takes a long time to come up, which means, like right now I'm not holding down, I'm holding up. Let's say I want to switch to down. I had to hit the down while I'm in that animation. You actually have a long time to do it, because you can see in real time that text being drawn. You have that entire time to hold down, and if you are too late and you do hit down and it toggles the same quit, you'll hear a sound. Always keep an ear out for that sound. So that's select buffering. It's useful for 1 frame movements for glitch modes as well. A good skill. And if you're in trouble, you're like in blind and you're about to die, and like, oh shoot, he's gonna hit me, Moldorm's gonna hit me, you can save and quit. You can get out of trouble by just pausing the game and turning it into like a turn-based battle instead of a real-time battle. So the next thing to know about Moldorm bounce is Moldorm has a pattern of moving 3 random curves and then he follows you. So 1, 2, 3, and then he follows you. 1, 2, 3, and then he follows you. If you want to get used to this, just play the dodge game for a little bit and try and predict when he's going to follow you, and then you'll get a rhythm for it. The timing between them is variable because it's random how long he spends moving, I think, during these curves. Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. It's also random, like, he's gonna hit walls and stuff. That's very unpredictable. That's what makes this hard, because you don't know which way he's gonna move. The only time you can predict is in that 4th movement cycle when he charges you. The bait that you want to do for Moldorm makes it so that he is charging you at the time you want him to be, and you want him to start kind of in this area when he charges you so that he diagonals into you instead of going straight down and hitting walls and stuff. The way I do that is I'll get him onto this side, and then I'll stand here. You can see I'm a little bit down because I want to be able to move up when he charges me. So I'm using that first charge to bait him into that corner. And then I immediately move this way. And I wait for him to charge me again. And then when he charges me, I start moving down. And when I'm around here, I will place a bomb. And you'll notice, look, I am like piano gripping my face buttons the whole time. So get used to moving around with your right hand being like this, just free. So don't try and do it with your thumbs. So let's do that all in one motion because it's impossible for me to start it in the middle. So first I bait him onto this side. And then I bait him here and I move up and around. And then I wait for him to charge me and I move down. Now he's going to charge me. I move down. Now I am in the middle, right between these two hits. And I immediately press Y and then B. And this is where you'll choose if you're going to select buffer with B or not. If you're going to select buffer with B held, you can use A. But if you're going to select buffer with B not held, you can use B to unselect. And Link will continue having his sword out. And as long as B is being held the entire time you're out of the select menu, you won't let go. I'm purposely buffering more than one frame, because this will take forever if I don't. And this is the part where you just have to pray. You don't know where Moldorm's going to go during this phase, because it's random. You'll notice I'm like moving around a lot. I'm trying to bait him. But also, I want to be in position to be under him and angled to that platform. My position relative to Moldorm is what determines where I go. It's not my position relative to the bomb. I just have to be overlapping the bomb. And the bomb explosion is huge. So you notice I've switched to down right. And I can hold it the whole time without worrying about save and quit. It's only if I let go of it that's a problem. And if I want to switch to down, I can just roll to down. This is a little bit Monka-esque because he's going to bounce in some direction. I was actually too close to him. I should have moved a little bit left, or right. Let's try that again. Maybe we'll get a better pattern. Okay. That one I got unlucky. Because I didn't have anywhere to go when he was charging me. Okay, now he charges. I wait for him to charge again, and then I move down. And I do my Y and then B here. And then I just see where he goes. So he's very chaotic right now. This might not actually work. But I'm gonna give it a chance. And because I don't think it's gonna work, I'm actually just gonna move away from my bomb. So that I have a chance to bail. Let's see if he bounces off of this and heads towards me. I don't think he will. But it's worth a shot. This might actually work. Hey, Bitey. You want to learn Moldorm Bounce? This is actually pretty good. It's important that I be actually under him here, because if I'm next to him, I'm just going to bounce to the left. Let's see if I can get under him without... This is hard because he's between me and the bomb. Okay, this might work if I touch the bomb. There we go. You can see how gigantic that bomb hitbox was. Yeah, I'm going to be streaming this for about an hour. Anybody can pop into Go Mode Podcast Discord. And I'll link that channel here. If you want, like, personal coaching. I have Simple Clips and Hike-a-Type here. I don't think Hike-a-Type is here to learn. I think he's just here to make fun of me. But Simple Clips is here to learn. You can't see what he's doing, but I can see what he's doing. And if there's any interesting moments, I'll describe them. Alright, Simple Clips, is there anything you want me to kind of guide you through?
There was one question I had. I'm not sure if you saw it, but that last one, where I released the spin and didn't bounce. Did you see what was wrong with that one? I thought that one was gonna work.
I didn't see it.
Oh, whoops.
It's possible that, so, did you pink against Moldorm but not get enough distance? Or did you take damage?
I took damage, which was making me think either I was on the wrong frame of the bomb exploding, or I was out of range to spin on Moldorm.
Out of range to spin on Moldorm seems likely. If you were on the wrong frame, usually you'll actually see yourself taking damage in the frame. So if you see the explosion frame and Link isn't in the animation of taking damage, then you're on the right frame.
Okay,
if
so
you advance
I just
past
was
that,
not close enough.
Yeah. And the hitbox for the spin is square. And which means that you have more leeway in the corners than you do in the cardinals. That's good luck.
Moldorm just beeline for me.
All right, frame rule him. I would move left. I would actually move left there. I'd move left there. You might actually be able to frame rule out of that situation if you get lucky. If anybody doesn't know what I mean, every time you...
I don't know if you saw it. He started to turn left, so I was like, okay, maybe I should keep going right. And then he turned around again. He's just following me.
So every time you unpause the game, the frame rule is at like a random value because it runs while you're paused. And the game only checks for collision once every 4 frames, which means that every time you unpause, you have a 1 in 4 chance of collision being detected. And that's good, because you're pausing and unpausing a lot during this trick. As long as you're not in contact with him. If you're in contact with him for 4 frames in a row, you're guaranteed to get hit. But just 1 frame, each one is 1 in 4 chance. It's pretty good odds, as long as you're not doing a whole bunch of frames in a row. So that one I just bailed. It was clearly not going to work. And you can totally do it on this side too. I would recommend practicing on this side because if you fall, this is the side you're going to be on. Otherwise you'll waste time luring him onto the left side. This is a good pattern because he's turning around. I'm going to make sure that I'm at a good angle. So this will work. The bomb is touching me. Moldorm is slightly diagonal upright to me, which means that I will go down left when I press A. And it's important to note that I've let go of B. Because if I don't let go of B, then I won't spin. So that's a good bounce. Yeah, I think that bail was correct. I don't think you were going to get anything out of that. Let's do some more reps on my end, where I just walk off the edge. But I'll walk everyone through the decisions I make. Because this is the fun part of the fight, is the decisions you make while paused. Once you get used to pause buffering, this gets very fun. Okay, my decision here is to bail completely, because Moldorm's not even close. So I'm going to move up to ensure that when the bomb hits me, it doesn't knock me into a pit. And then I'll just unpause and let the bomb hit me. Oop, unlucky. Hey, Joss. Okay, what do we have here? I think Moldorm is going to bounce around in that corner up there and not actually go anywhere near me. So I'm going to move up so that I can bail. And now that he's actually not hitting the corner, I'm going to... Okay, he's going to hit the corner. Let's move up. But I had a chance to go back down again if he did come towards me. Now this is good He's being a little bit aggressive. So I'm prepared to move to the right if I need to. Oh, I didn't go over the bomb cycle. Let's do that. The bomb cycle is in the Moldorm bounce link. But in this one, because he's being so aggressive, that he reaches me well before the bomb goes off, I'm dodging him to the right, letting him do his thing. And then, now that my bomb is blue, I have only a few frames left to get under him. So I'm gonna move down. Oop, that was bad. I actually could have bounced sideways and stayed on the platform. But I wanted to go for that one. Okay, that one I bailed because he was randomly moving towards me. Hey, Doomtap. We're learning Moldorm Bounce. If anybody is from Doomtap's stream and wants to learn, I'm in the Gobo podcast server in a voice channel. And you can stream to it and I can give you tips. Alright, this is a very aggressive Moldorm. I'm going to let him hit the bottom and see what happens. Now that he's going up again, I'm going to move back under him. Oh, I hit him. That was bad. Didn't think I was that close. I was waiting to see which direction he moved, but I didn't get a chance. It was gonna work. Okay, let's see. Charge. Center the bomb. Moldorm is in Narnia, so I have to start over. Okay, center bomb, sort out. Moldorm is pretty far away. I'm gonna go, like, try and limit my, hit the limit of how high I can be. But I don't think he's gonna reach me in time. But that's fine, because if he doesn't, I'll just get bounced upward. And I'll be able to start over without falling. Okay, let's try again. This is better. Not ideal, but I think will reach me time. I have a few frames left, so I'll just chill here. Maybe I'll move down like one more frame. But this'll work. This is going to bounce me very close to the middle of the platform. And you notice that I'm hitting... Like, once I'm in the bounce, I hold down to make sure that if I land, like, right on the edge of the pit, that I can teeter back onto the platform. Okay, let's talk about the bomb cycle. The bomb starts out blue, and then it starts flashing a bunch. And it goes through 2 cycles of the same thing. We're gonna go through the first one and not look at it. But the thing we're looking for is the one that's link colored. I am going to highlight this. Actually, don't know where I am. Okay, that was the cycle, but I didn't actually do it. Okay, this is the link colored one. It has the color of my knits and the color of my hat and the color of my tunic. This is the first frame of the bomb. And then it goes to the pot color. And then it goes to, I think this is like sword and shield. And then it goes to green, black, blue, red, and then wall color, which is always going to be brown and GT. This is the bomb frame you look for right before the explosion, but there's actually a whole nother cycle to go. This frame will be followed by a second frame of the same color if you are not at the very end. But if you are at the very end, when you see this frame, the next frame is always going to be the explosion. So this one's not going to be. It's going to be another frame of brown. There, I overshot, but... And then it's the same ones. It's just a bunch of, like, palette colors into static palette colors like green, blue. Let's get back to the blue. Because the blue is when you start to have to really position yourself. You have a couple frames of blue, a couple frames of red, and then 1 frame of this. Your next frame will be explosion. And that's when you, once you see that, that's when you release your buffer without holding B. So all of that stuff is in there. But it's good to know what the bomb cycle looks like. Try it on different palettes so you get used to, you know, equip different stuff for Link so that you can get used to the colors, but most of the ones you're looking out for are the static colors anyway, that are at the end. Checks you curtain 1/4. No, dude. What happened? Alright. I'm gonna watch simple clips for a bit, and if you don't mind... No, that's funny. Do you mind if I stream your video?
Go ahead.
Alright, let's see if I can make that work. Oop.
Oh, whoop.
Yeah, you were in the early phase, so it was kind of Monka-esque anyway.
Mm. That frame rule for collision, does that also apply to any other enemy or boss in the game?
I think so, yeah. It's anything that would damage you.
Huh.
It's not stuff that would have collision with you, otherwise we could flip with frame rules. If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
It's hit detection, it's not collision detection.
Okay, that'd be useful to know if
Yeah.
I really mess up a Ganon fight and need to just hope.
Oh, I think I've done that in like any percent RMG. Okay, so you have an aggressive Moldorm. I think it's fine. Oops. Is that save and quit? That is something you just have to practice. Feel free to like take a long time to like make sure that like, yes, I'm not on the same quit before unselecting if you've ever switched to down. After a while, you'll just get used to it, and then you'll get complacent, and then it'll happen to you. Happens to everyone.
Yeah, I went through 30 bombs without doing it, so at the very least, it's rare. Oh, I guess we're going over here.
I love playing in or out with Moldorm. Like having a dog. That's good. I think he's going to bounce on the floor before you have a chance, so I'd be moving to the right here. Give him a chance to do that without hitting you. And then once he bounces up, I'd move back under him. You might have to get lucky with frame rules. But if you are like, I really don't want to fall to Moldorm, you can move up and actually bounce sideways and bounce across the platform. But it's always in practice, it's worth just trying it and seeing if it works. And now you can start moving towards him. He's gonna bounce you sideways. That might work, but I think it's gonna hit you into the pit. Yeah. But you can see how, like, if you really wanted to, you could have gotten a sideways bounce and stayed on the platform.
Yeah.
I actually missed why you bailed. Was he spending too long on the top?
Yeah, he was taking too long, so I just waltzed away.
Yeah, you get an instinct
It
for that
may
after
have
a
been
while.
close enough, but it would have been, he would have been very far away.
You can save a lot of time on reattempts by not going for ones that will fail. It's always a little risk reward. This is good. You can kind of just sloppy buffer until you get to the next cycle. I think you can even just chill in that spot.
I try and avoid sloppy buffering just because I accidentally do it for way too many frames and the bomb just goes off.
That's fair. There's a clip of me just getting the buffer in the bounce in 2 buffers because I'm being too sloppy. I think
Uh-oh, he's turning.
I think you're fine. Oh, you lost the frame rule. 1 in 4 chance. That was almost really good. You probably could have gone down a little bit because, like Haiku Type pointed out, and I'll set myself up on it. You can be this far down and not be on the pit. That's coordinate, I don't know. Which one's why.
I was gonna say, watching your stream, I'm covering what you're showing.
Oh, shoot. You can't see me. Now you can.
Okay, yeah.
So you can be pretty far. Yeah, good bail. That wasn't gonna work. By the way, learning this made me better at Moldorm. Fighting Moldorm. Just a reminder to anyone who's in my stream that if you want to join the voice call, I can also teach you one-on-one. Simpleclip's already learned this, so he's just doing reps and practicing the decision-making part. I would move to the left to not get hit there. Okay. Because you had a chance when he turned back up to move under him.
Mm. Yeah, it might be useful to know how big his hitbox is, because I've never actually examined that.
Yeah, I don't know either. I wish the practice hack had like a hitbox viewer, but that would probably be a lot of work to make. Maybe somebody could make a plugin. Ooh.
Oh.
If you have a chance, I would go to the left here and see what happens. Because you have a lot of time to move under him. He might just crawl along the bottom and then you're kind of screwed, but he also might go up again and stay up. Oh, another thing that can happen that I didn't really go over, but that might happen here if you're unlucky, is if you hit his tail, you won't get a bounce. So I would actually move to the left here, not just for the trajectory, but also to avoid his tail. Although I don't know if your bomb's going off anytime soon. I think you're kind of screwed. You're screwed.
This is the funniest arrangement of Moldorm. He is literally just covered me here.
He's hugging you. You might be able to get out of this. Because you might have a chance to go under him again. This is truly the fun part. It's when you get a bounce in a situation like this, it's the most satisfying thing in the world. Oh no!
He turned around again. This is no way. This is no way.
Truly. Oh no. You're gonna get bounced. Yeah, if you want, like, if you actually cared, like, you could, like, just move up and probably escape. Because you're certainly not getting a bounce there. Oh yeah, and if you spin him and he gets the tail, he's also gonna knock you into the pit. It's unfair.
I think the bomb may have knocked me there. I'm not sure.
Oh yeah, probably. Because you have like, what is it, like 30 frames being in the spin animation, and then probably more than 30, but it's enough time for the bomb to explode. Alright, this is easy. You just move to the left a little bit. And chill. Oh, that works
Yeah.
too. Sweet.
Now you hover back to a
When you
practice
hover back,
faster.
yeah. I can do both. Find yourself a man who can do both. Ooh. No buffers, only go. That would have worked, I think.
I don't know if anyone's noticing that misinput, but I keep switching to hookshot because I have it, and it's my habit to quick swap.
Oh,
the
you're quick
hookshot
swapping. Oh,
to,
you're in the rando hack, that's why. Oh, you're
Yeah.
just... Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that is. I can't really mind that misinput because it's technically the right thing to do if you had hookshot.
I mean, if you have a hookshot, you're not Moldorm bouncing, are you?
Exactly.
Oh, that's a good dodge.
If I ever find myself accidentally quick swapping to hookshot while I'm trying to Moldorm bounce, I'm going to stop Moldorm bouncing.
Ooh. I think in one of my Glitch League races, neither me nor my teammate noticed that he had hookshot. And we were hovering hookshot cave, and like, he had it equipped. It was really funny. And I think it was a spoiler game, so it was like we got him the hookshot, and then he hovered hookshot cave, and neither of us like thought about it. It was great. I have a screenshot of him like hovering with the hookshot equipped. This is why I don't play Spoiler Pilot anymore. I'm a disaster.
I don't even know how to bail out of this one.
I don't think you need to. I think you just go to the left, and you might actually make it. Left and like up a little bit. Like up left. Is that the explosion? Or is that the brown bomb? Oh, you're good. You have time. Yeah, you can make this. Just go to the up left a bunch. And by the time you get your bomb, you'll be meeting. Here we go. See, you had it.
I thought he was going to go straight to the left and just leave.
Usually his movements during that phase, when he's not charging you, are curved.
Mm-hmm.
Good luck. If he goes up, you can wait for him to go up and then slip under him, but you're probably going to hit tail. So you might actually be better off just like hanging out in that corner and waiting for your bomb. You're going to hit tail. Here we go. You're going to kill Moldorm back.
I have done that before.
That's why I have Master Sword equipped in this one. It's not just to make my bomb look a certain way. Well, you're fine. Just... Oh, you got hit. Wow, look how big that bomb hitbox is, though. That's a really good illustration of how far away you can be.
I'm almost wondering if it's bigger than Moldorm's hitbox.
It's gigantic. I'd be willing to hold more of these workshops. If anyone who can't make it now wants to be taught one-on-one, just ping me and we can work out a time. Especially if you've already learned the basics and are just trying to learn how to make the decisions during this phase. It's hard to workshop select buffering because that's something you just have to work the muscle memory of, but decisions are definitely, like, each one is different, so it's to have, like...
There is one thing for select buffering that can help a lot of emulator players. I have a hard time gripping the controller funny, so I mounted my left trigger as select so that I can just hold the controller like normal.
I see. So you're doing this.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing.
You can also do right, and then you can do this drumming motion here. If you don't change grips, how do you clip?
You mean like the boot stash clip?
Yeah. I do this.
I use both hands.
You use both hands? I use
Yep.
both hands for left. But if I'm going right, I put my finger on B.
Mm-hmm.
And for clipping through where I don't have to be precise, I'll just put my finger on B and mash that. Or this way. This one's really good because you have to do it like 8 times to get in. And you have that pivot.
Referring to how I select buffer was a mistake. Now I can no longer select buffer.
Oh, you thought about it too hard.
I see what I was doing. I was hitting the buttons in the wrong order. Those are the kind of mistakes you can only make when you're taking muscle memory and then proceeding to describe it.
Oh, absolutely. That's why I just stop in the middle and be like, okay, I'm just gonna start over.
Oh, he left.
Goodbye. He bounced. It's such nonsense that you can get hit by Moldorm and take knockback while being damaged. But on the other hand, that's the entire basis of this trick. So we just have to live with it.
Hoping he went anywhere but right there.
So Shady Force, if you want to join the Go Mode Podcast voice channel that I created for this, we can learn together. You have a different setup. If you want to teach a different setup, that's cool too. I know there's like the Aussie method. I don't actually know it, but it involves like I don't know, I think you like hit him and like stun him, and then you place your bomb. It's something like that. I have trouble with it though. But the thing that it accomplishes is that it makes Moldorm sit still while you're like, this is actually it. Like, if I could have gotten my sword out in time, I probably could have gotten a bounce there. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing here. Go back to simple clips. You're on the edge.
Yeah, I think I saw it moved right, and I did not hold right, so I'm now terrified.
You want to hold off the edge now because you can't spin while on the edge. But also, I think you're just probably hacked here. Are you gonna get a sideways bounce? Oh, you're still on the edge.
Yeah.
The
I
edge
was
takes
still on the
forever.
edge.
Oh, you mean what I was attempting to do, Shady? Yeah, that's the Aussie strat. I don't really know it. I tried it and I found it too hard. It's probably not harder. I learned this bait pattern from Trinex and was able to get it, so that's what I practiced.
I think I saw it on a Koi video. I'm not sure if it's exactly the same bait strat. Oops.
You weren't able to get the Aussie strat either. Yeah, the thing that we're watching simple clips do is what I do. It doesn't involve stunning Moldorm at all. But you have to dance with him a little bit. Yeah, I'd just chill here and see what happens. Oh! I didn't think you were inside of him.
I didn't either.
Nice. You'll get there one day.
I wonder if this is any different with fast ROM.
I don't experience a lot of lag in this room. But the thing that might change is the timing of select buffer. I just played a seed where I don't think I did any select buffers. Maybe for like Hair to Swamp. I didn't notice a difference. But that was the only one I did.
Yeah, I've only played one. Oh my
Okay.
gosh. One fast ROM seed. And the only thing I noticed was diagonals being a little different, and I was starting to wonder if if that would make it faster to diagonal than dash instead of horizontal, but
Diagonals
I
are
don't know why
less laggy
horizontal's
now.
faster.
Diagonals are very fast. But I don't think diagonal then dash is faster than cardinal then dash because you're still moving at 4 pixels per frame for a dash. And 2 pixels, well, 1 pixel in each direction per frame for a diagonal. Like, which is why diagonal will like be better than hook shot because hook shot is also 2 pixels per frame, but you're not moving in both directions.
Mm.
So I think I'll stay live for 4 more minutes since nobody else has shown up. And then I'll take a break and probably stream something for practice. I have a race tomorrow. Sounds like you have an pretty good idea what to do here, though.
Good enough that I can pull off a hookless seed if I really need to.
Yeah, you'll want to move right here. Okay, you got it. That's a good one to end on.
Yeah.
You got a successful bounce.
Someone joined. Did you notice?
Oh, Shady Force, you joined. Are you able to voice call or? Oh, Shady is muted. Shady has a baby asleep, so just watching maybe. Can't talk, just listen. If you want, you can stream your gameplay, and I can stream you to my channel. I bet you can get it in 10 bombs. Don't even need to buy any. That's the ultimate goal, is not having to buy bombs to climb GT, just being comfortable enough with it.
Yeah, I think the only time I've used that in a race, I was down to it either 2 bombs or 1 bomb when I got it. And I was in a good position to buy bombs, I just forgot to.
Okay, we are now watching Shady. Yeah, that's pretty much what I do. Do you not use select buffers? Oh yeah, you could just chill there and advance the bomb. You were good. Start buffers are an option for when you're worried about moving down, so if you want to switch between them. I don't know if I'm comfortable switching between start and select buffers for the same trick. But it would certainly help with the accidental save and quit problem. Select buffers give more speed and more visibility. They're also easier to time, in my opinion. I would move down and try and be on the edge of the pit as much as possible here. Otherwise, you're likely to get bounced sideways. Oh. Didn't realize you were on that cycle. One of the challenges of sloppy buffering is... Ooh. Ah, that was so close. One of the challenges of sloppy buffering is being on the cycle. Like, knowing what part of the cycle you're on. If you saw a bunch of real-time flashing, you don't necessarily know. Ooh. Ice! Oh, so close. That would have worked if you had held down, I think, at the end.
I'm thinking it might be a good idea right after you get bombed to pause or just hit select so that you can see which direction to hold, because I had one where I needed to hold right.
You mean like while you're in the bounce?
Yeah, while you're in midair, just to see
Interesting.
what am I gonna need to do.
Like here, you're probably just gonna get hit, but even if you didn't, I think you would get hit to the left and not be able to. This is one where I would frame rolling the heck out of this. This is one where I would move to the left and let him hit the bottom and then move back under. He's going up. Yeah, just like that. Ooh, we're good. Perfect.
Is that your first one?
It's the first one I saw on the stream. Shady
Well,
clearly knows what he's doing.
I just meant first one ever,
Yeah.
I wasn't sure.
I can tell, like, he's practiced this. There's a race I need to watch. Oh no. Yeah, let me know. Hey, Trinex is here. Trinex is the person who taught me how to do this. Trinex bounce. I tried Homa bounce, by the way. It doesn't work. would be pretty free if it did. Everybody who's joined this workshop already knows how to do it. But at the beginning of the stream, I did a very quick teaching. But it's really nothing I didn't already go over in the paper guide, so it's more of a supplement than anything. Oh, that's a good one. Nice. Oh, you don't even do the full bait. You just go for it. Yeah, if Moldorm's already in a favorable position, there's really no reason you need to do the bait.
I do it sometimes anyway, but it's only because it's to give me time to think about it, so I'm not messing up along the way.
You are already set up with the full bait when you hop down. Let me try that. I see what you're saying. It would save time. Probably get a PB on this. In a category where it's obsolete. I guess. Oh! This is sketchy. This is frame rule territory. Come on. 1 and 4. Ah! Last one. Ooh, you can't see it, but Shady's got a good frame rule going too. Let me toggle that real quick. Just admire that for a second. I don't know if I still have my emote. No, I got rid of it. I'll put it back at the end of the tournament. Oh, that's your emote, that's right. I should have known when I saw the boo on your stream. Oh, you do have it. It's a Better Twitch TV. Mine's not as frame ruley as the thing that you were doing. The timing is good, but Moldorm is sometimes just like on the other side. this. The last frame is always the hardest. Ah! Alright, let's try some YOLO RNGs. Oh, I lost Shady Forest. Impossible. So am I doing this right? When you say that you can just go for it and the timing works out if their RNG is good, that you literally just go down here and you start? Doesn't seem super reliable, but neither is this. Moldorm does one spin, and then the charge movement. So I let him do the spin like that. That's good. I'm glad fast run bounces are good. This feels a little bit too out of my control. Stand at the top so he charges up to you. And then run down. And by the top, you... Oh, I see what you're saying. Going there. You're saying I start here. And then he charges me. Oh. So this would work. It still feels a little more chaotic because he's not coming from that, like, corner that I like him to come from. He's just coming from some random corner. The timing is good, but the positioning's sketchy. It is faster. Like, it's good for, like, if I'm really grinding out RNG attempts. Which I don't plan to do, but... I guess if he's doing that, I just go for plan B. Ugh, not quite. Yeah, that comes from glitch play. Okay, the A plus select to frame advance makes sense. So, I went over this earlier, but for the select buffer, there's two ways to do it. The way I do it, I think, is actually, like, harder, but I like this method because it pivots, it gives me, like, an anchor, pivots my fingers, and I don't have to worry about, like, switching fingers to cancel. So, I'm just holding B and selecting, and then when I'm done and want to release my sword, I'll let go of B and hit A, and then my sword spin will come out. But if you're learning this, I think it's a little bit more ergonomic to just take your hand off of B entirely, and then do your select buffers with B, because your sword will remain held out, as long as you're canceling with the sword button. And then when you're ready to release the spin, you'll cancel with something else. And that's just a little bit more comfortable. It's also how you're going to be, if you're going to do anything like with one-frame clips, you're not going to be holding buttons out. You're just going to... Of course, I have to teach citrus clipping in this, but you're just going to be hitting whatever button is comfortable for you. Alright, I'll put simple clips back on. I think unless anybody else wants to join, I will be ending this because I think we've kind of learned what we can learn from this. And if anybody wants one-on-one teaching, just ping me and I can hop into voice with you at some point. Yeah, let's end on a good note. Simple Clips just got to bounce.
That's a good way to end.
GG. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, thanks for having me. That was fun.
It was fun. I can practice this all day long.
It is a lot funner to practice it with someone than just sitting there banging your head on it being like, dang it,
Yeah.
Moldorm.
It's so easy to just like lose an hour hanging out in chat with someone practicing stuff like this. Alright, I'm sending the raid over to PH, who is playing ladder. Yeah, I agree. Practice hovering is just a drag. I can't imagine enjoying myself practicing hovering.
I mean, I didn't mind practicing hovering, but I mind it a lot with my current controller, because the way I did on a PS4 controller was I did my knuckles over the circle button on the right side.
You hovered with your knuckles? Oh my god.
And it was fine with the PS4 controller, but if I try and do that on an 8-bit do...
Oh no, I have an 8-bit though too. I tried. These buttons are too tall, too stiff.
It's hard to do, but when I actually did successfully do it, my reward was a blister on my knuckle.
I bet. These things
Yeah.
are hefty.
When,
And the
when I
D-pad.
fail the hover, though, it's fine. It's only when I do it right.
Oh, the raid got sent. Alright. Thanks, Dimple Clips.
Have a good one.